Well, welcome guys if you're here. That's good. That means you found a new channel. So, welcome to the Intel Drop. It is May 28th, 2021. Something's different. You may notice I am wearing a mask. I probably don't need to be wearing a mask, but I'm doing so at this point. It's a little tight. I need to fix that. But I'm doing so at this point just because I want to take the extra precaution to protect my safety. There's some other channels that I'm actually starting, which I'm not sure if I'll link to these or not. I don't know. But for the moment on those channels, I for sure need to wear a mask because the stuff I'm talking about is stuff that I just want to protect my family with. So on this channel, as I move to a new channel, I think it would be a good time also to start protecting my identity and taking some steps with that. Am I big enough that the government would really come after me and I really need to be worrying about protecting my identity? No, I'm not. I'm still a small channel. I don't talk about anything that other people aren't talking about. It's not that bad. But I think it's just a good time to start doing that, and it would be prudent of me to think about that a little more. So on this channel, I will be wearing a mask for the considerable future. This is the new BrerHoneybadger channel. My other channel, BrerHoneybadger Redacted, will be serving as a backup. I won't be posting videos on there, but if you subscribe to that still, if something happens to this one, I can go back and post on that one. The only reason we're switching over is because this channel isn't shadow banned. So, let's get started on the Intel Drop for May 28th, 2021. Just announced, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad wins re-election with 95.1% of the vote. That's a lot of the vote. That's worse than our election. Okay. I think that's a little odd. But all right, we'll just go with it until we decide to topple that regime. Biden to propose $6 trillion budget, increasing federal spending to World War II levels, says report. I need to fix this mask. This mouth thing is like getting a little close. There's probably some way to fix it that I just haven't found out about yet. Anyways. So, this is a problem. I've talked about this in depth. When I go over inflationary stuff, I always bring up World War I and World War II and the time surrounding that. And if you want to understand, you need to look back and understand that situation. And the spending is a massive part of that. And when I see a headline that says we are going to be increasing our spending to World War II levels, that is very, very, very concerning. I am looking deeply into this. $6 trillion would be disastrous for the economy. When I learn of what's going to go on regarding this, what it's being spent on, and when this does go into effect, I will bring that to you because this is very important. Mouse plague deals fresh blow to Australian farmers. Australia was also hit with another plague. They've been hit with plagues for a while now. Last year was pretty bad. I guess this year is going to be even worse if it's starting already, so. Amazon employees must brand themselves with special stickers to stop wearing masks. So currently there's a mask mandate at pretty much every company in the world or big corporation. And Amazon says that if you want to stop wearing the mask, you need a sticker. Now, this isn't a crazy sticker on your forehead or your arm or anything. From what I've seen, it just goes on the back of your badge. It's not crazy or anything. It's just a little bit of proof. But it's one step closer in the direction that we are all fearful of going in, and know that once we get too far down that road, bad things are going to start happening. We're already pretty far down that path and are continuing to go on. That's why my predictions that things are going to get insane is only common sense. We're just looking down the path. Delaware offering college tuition and cash incentives to get. Nice. Just another state that's doing that too. Texas has passed the Senate has passed HB 957, which exempts Texas-made suppressors from the NFA regulation. I will not be showing you any of those because I don't have any. I do not have any suppressors. But let's just pretend this duck call is a suppressor. So in this suppressor, you have a variety of parts. There's cones, there's caps, there's the outside, just like this duck call. There's a variety of parts in it. Those parts themselves, it is iffy because they're just metal cones, but they can be classified as a suppressor part, and they're regulated. When it's all put together, it's definitely regulated, and just possessing this, if you're not allowed to have it or it's not registered, is a felony. It's an NFA list item, meaning that NFA items are heavily regulated and need to be registered under any circumstances. What Texas has done is if you assemble this suppressor in Texas, it's not regulated and on the NFA. To my knowledge, that means you don't have to register it, but then again, they may put it on a separate list just for Texans, and maybe they still have to register it, but you can bring it across state lines, you can do this. I don't know the actual details of that, but in any effect, it doesn't affect me because I don't live in Texas, but it's good for people in Texas, and it's good as a whole because it's a state pushing back on regulations and not saying, oh, we're going to put it, now you have this freedom. It's just, no, we're not doing that anymore. It's not an NFA item, which is great. I hope to see even more of this, and I really hope to see states stepping up and just saying, no less gun control or no better gun laws, none of this, because it's very clear constitutionally that there is no place for any of that at all. There's no this, or there's no only certain people can own firearms. No, it's the right to bear arms, and it applies to every citizen who is protected by the Constitution, which last time I checked is every citizen. If freedom of speech constitutionally applies to every citizen, if women's voting rights applies to every woman, if all of these constitutional rights apply to everyone, then they also apply to every person who wants to own a firearm. So, anyways, let's move on. If I can find which way my phone faces. Okay. The NFL sends out mandate for coaches and staff. So it appears like all coaches and staff involved in the NFL will have to have this. I don't care. It's the NFL. I don't care about the NFL, so whatever. But it's just a sign of the times we're in and the way things are going. Oklahoma has passed a bill banning the mask mandate. Wonderful. Keep going, Oklahoma. Go even further. Senate Republicans block January 6th Capitol Riot Commission. Great, that's awesome. The commission was bogus. You don't need a 9/11 style commission to investigate a bunch of people who were called to the Capitol, were let in the Capitol, were told they could be there. You don't need that, okay? I'll probably get shadow banned on this channel for saying that. Well, wonderful. It's day one on my new channel, and I'm probably already going to get shadow banned. That's great. Anyways, we will try not to. I want to stay on this as long as possible. Already read that. WHO, World Health Organization, Europe director, worried about new variants, saying this craziness won't be over until at least 70% are... That's a big number. A very big figure. Bad things start to happen when you get that many people who have it. Missouri Popeyes under investigation after a sign appears saying it can refuse serving white people. All right. California water. Mandatory restrictions coming to Santa Clara County as feds cut water supply. I actually, that's probably the point that well, no, I'm not titling it that. You know what I will. Water shortage. Why not? And I probably should talk more about that because the water shortage situation appears like it is going to be happening. Earlier on, when I first heard news of this, I didn't report on it much because I didn't want to sensationalize something if it just turned out to be hype. There was a lot of hype going around that time. It turns out that it is most likely going to be true, so I will talk about that. There are some pretty bad droughts right now that I've posted before on my Telegram channel. Check out my Telegram channel. Website in description. The link to the Telegram is in the website. And I posted a map of the drought and time change over time and how it's been getting worse and worse. And this year is looking exceptionally bad. California is going to get hit the hardest, along with some Midwest prairie areas. Oregon's going to get hit pretty hard too. Washington a little, and then Idaho. I don't even remember the other states there beside there. Anyways, Arizona, some Texas, I believe. But these states are going to get affected by this water shortage, and it's not going to be pretty. It does look like it's going to be pretty bad. What does that mean? They're going to have to cut water supply to various areas and ration water. It is really at that point. We are rationing water. We'll see how bad it gets, but certain things are probably not going to be functioning like they were before. Maybe water parks, but that's not big. The things I would really watch for is stuff like your farms. Farms need a lot of water. They got to water their crops. They got to give water to their animals. It is not a small process to get water to manage a farm. It takes a lot of water. And if this water starts being rationed, you're going to see some issues. Typically, states like California have not prioritized their farmers in the past. I would bet that they're not going to prioritize them this time either. So, we will probably see some scary situations regarding that. It's hard if you're on a farm because most likely you're not going to be able to get enough water that you actually need. If there's any way wherever you get your water from, you can contract or you can buy water in advance. That would be useful. If there's any way possible you can get a bunch of water storage containers, that would be a good idea. For the average day person, most likely you're not going to run out of water at your house, but you may be rationed water if you're living in these states. It would be beneficial to you to get some gallon drums or some big water storage containers, put them outside, put them in their garage, put them wherever you want, just to get some extra water storage. Maybe if you have a bathtub that you're not using in your home, get one of these big water bladders for your bathtub, fill it up with water and have it sitting there. Most likely nothing comes of this, but if they start rationing water and they shut off your water for a few hours and you really need water, you've got water on hand. These things are just prudent things to do if you are in a region that's going to be affected by this. It does look like this is going to be a big story going into summer 2021 and is going to affect a lot of people. I'll report on you once I find out any more information or what's going on or any news regarding on what I think is going to come next. We try to get with the intel in front of this stuff so we can tell you to prepare for it before it happens so you're not scrambling to prepare after it happens. We see in situations like the Texas snowstorm that does not play out well for many people. That's the intel drop. I will leave it at that. I say that too much. I've been noticing that. I've been trying to watch more of my videos just to pick up speaking trends and things I can improve on. I say I'll leave it at that a lot. I should improve that, but we will end it there. That's all the intel I have for you. Thank you for being on the new channel. We will be posting here as much as we can. Hopefully we aren't shadow banned, and if we aren't, I can post more content on here that is probably going to be more useful to you guys instead of having to censor everything I post and not post stuff that they're going to get me for. Anyways, we'll work on that. Thank you for being here. As always, like and share the video. Please share the video because we need to grow this channel, and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate trying to get our numbers back up to what they were. I do appreciate the 42 of you that were subscribed when I started this video. I really do. Thank you guys for being here. But I would love to get the numbers back up to 1,700. It's hard dropping from that. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys shortly, and have a good day. Check out the website, link in description. See you guys soon.